Hey, listeners, I have a great story for you today. I have been traveling a lot over the last few weeks for client work. So I've been in and out of a lot of airports. And I had a travel challenge in New York City recently that I have never experienced. And it was completely my doing. You see, I flew into LaGuardia on American, so I assumed that I was flying out of LaGuardia. My flight was at 11 a.m. on a Thursday, and I arrived to LaGuardia at 9:30. Good to go, or so I thought. When I got to the security check-in at about 9:40, the security guard who looked at my boarding pass said, "You're at the wrong airport." And sure enough, right there on my mobile boarding pass, it said JFK to Indianapolis. Well, shit. And now it was about 9:45 and I was at LaGuardia and I had a flight taken off from JFK at 11 a.m. So I hustled back outside and caught the first cab I saw. And man, am I glad I hopped into that cab. Certainly, it was no accident. My cab driver had the can do, chill attitude I needed in that moment. And as we started the trip to JFK and hit traffic, I pulled out my phone and started looking at alternative flights. He asked me what I was doing, and so I told him. And he said, "Why are you assuming that you're not going to make it?" And then he said these magical words: "Don't solve a problem that hasn't even happened yet." And he was right. I put my phone down. I chatted with him about New Orleans and kids. We listened to jazz music, and it was a delightful trip to JFK. And when I arrived at about 10:16, I was laughing and grateful. I made my way quickly through security and got to the gate just as the plane was starting to board. Look how that all worked out. And if he hadn't stopped me, I would have solved a problem that didn't exist. And I would have missed out on a great connection opportunity in the process. So here's to trusting life and being present where we are. If a problem emerges, handle it. But until then, stop creating problems in your head that don't need to be solved. What a great way to take care of yourself and each other.